Alexandra Eala is Alexis Birmingham Open finalist, battling the weather and her opponent today, taking out Rebecca.
The second set was where the match truly came alive. Rebecca Mazurova refused to fade away. The Swiss qualifier had battled through the draw all week, winning match after match to reach the semifinals, and she wasn't about to let her remarkable run end quietly. Suddenly, her serve started firing. The free points that had been missing in the opening set began to appear. Her confidence grew with every hold. The rallies became tighter. The margins became smaller. For the first time all week, Alexandra Eala looked genuinely tested. Mazurova started taking the ball earlier, stepping inside the baseline, and forcing Eala to defend more than she had in previous matches. Every game felt heavier. Every point carried more significance. The pressure shifted. What had looked like a comfortable semi-final was now becoming a fight. At 4-4, the tension around center court was impossible to ignore. The crowd sensed the momentum changing. Mazurova sensed it too. The Swiss player struck at exactly the right moment, breaking Eala's serve and then holding her nerve to close out the set 6-4. One set all. For the first time in Birmingham, Alexandra Eala had dropped a set. The question was simple. How would she respond? Champions are not defined by how they play when everything is going their way. They are defined by what happens when the momentum turns against them. The deciding set provided the answer. Eala emerged with renewed focus. There was no panic, no frustration, no rushed shot-making. Instead, there was composure. The 21-year-old trusted the game that had brought her to the semi-finals in the first place. She trusted her movement, her left-handed patterns, and her ability to absorb pressure. Point by point, game by game, she began to take control again. The rallies lengthened, the quality increased. And when the biggest moments arrived, Eala found another level. A crucial break of serve put her ahead. Mazurova continued fighting, continuing to unleash her powerful serve and aggressive ground strokes, but Eala never lost her grip on the match. Then came the interruption nobody wanted. Rain. With Eala leading deep into the third set, play was suspended, forcing both players to leave the court and return the following day.
For fans, it was agonizing.
For the players, it meant sleeping on a semi-final, returning the next morning, and trying to finish the job. That situation can be dangerous. Momentum can disappear overnight. Confidence can shift. The pressure can double. But when play resumed, Alexandra Eala looked exactly like the player who had walked off the court the previous evening.
Calm.
Focused. Ready. She quickly closed out the remaining games, sealed a 6-2, 4-6, 6-3 victory, and punched her ticket to the Birmingham Open final. The smile said everything. This wasn't just another win. It was proof. Proof that she could handle adversity. Proof that she could win ugly when necessary. Proof that she could survive momentum swings against a dangerous opponent and still find a way through. Most importantly, it showed that her grass court game is becoming a serious weapon. Now, with the final ahead and a trophy within reach, Alexandra Eala stood just one victory away from the biggest grass court title of her career. One match, one opportunity, one more step toward making history. And that is what makes champions different. When the momentum swings, when the crowd senses an upset, when an opponent suddenly starts playing the tennis of her life, champions find a way to steady themselves. That is exactly what Alexandra Eala did in Birmingham. The second set belonged to Rebecca Mazurova. There is no denying it. The Swiss qualifier was fearless. Her serve became a weapon. Her confidence grew with every game. The player who had stormed through qualifying and fought her way into the semifinals suddenly looked like she believed she could win the entire tournament. And for a while, she looked unstoppable. But tennis matches are not decided by momentum alone. They are decided by who handles pressure when everything is on the line. The third set became a test of nerve, a test of discipline, a test of belief. And Eala passed every single one. She refused to panic. She refused to rush. She refused to let the frustration of losing the second set carry over into the decider. Instead, she trusted her game. The left-handed patterns returned. The depth returned. The precision returned. And slowly but surely, she began taking control of the match once again. What stands out most is not just the scoreline, it is how she achieved it. That remarkable 82% success rate behind her second serve tells the entire story. Think about that for a moment. Second serves are supposed to be vulnerable. They are supposed to invite pressure. They are supposed to create opportunities for the returner. Not for Alex Eala. Against one of the biggest servers in the tournament, Eala turned her second serve into a weapon. Every time the rally started on her terms, she dictated. Every time Mazarova looked for an opening, Eala closed the door. That level of efficiency is elite. And on grass, it is devastating. The numbers only reinforce what everyone watching could see. Eala won 88 total points compared to Mazarova's 73. She dominated the return game, winning 34 receiving points to Mazarova's 24. She created 13 breakpoint opportunities, constantly applying pressure and forcing her opponent to play under stress. Even when she wasn't converting every chance, she was controlling the match. That pressure accumulates. It wears opponents down. And eventually, it creates the opening that decides the contest. That opening came in the third set. Eala broke. She consolidated. And from that moment forward, she never looked back. The final score read 6-2, 4-6, 6-3. But the score alone doesn't capture the story. It doesn't capture the rain delays. It doesn't capture the overnight suspension. It doesn't capture the emotional challenge of leading a semi-final, having to leave the court, sleep on it, and return the next day knowing the biggest match of your week is still unfinished. Many players struggle in those situations. Alex Eala thrived. She returned to the court looking composed, focused, and ready to finish what she started. That maturity might be the most impressive part of this entire run. Because talent has never been the question. The forehand has always been there. The movement has always been there. The shot making has always been there. What separates good players from title contenders is the ability to handle moments like this. Moments when everything becomes uncomfortable. Moments when momentum disappears. Moments when an opponent refuses to go away. Alex Eala handled all of it. And now the reward is enormous. A place in the Birmingham Open final. A chance to lift her first grass court title. A chance to build even more momentum heading toward Wimbledon. One match remains. One trophy stands between Alex Eala and the biggest grass court achievement of her career. After what she showed in this semi-final, one thing is clear. Whoever stands across the net in the final will not be facing a player hoping to win. They will be facing a player who believes she belongs on this stage. And that can be a very dangerous thing.